Chainsaw Man is one of the most anticipated anime at the moment and has gotten a lot of hype these past few months. And today, the first episode has aired, and like everybody else, I was hyped. In this video, I just want to talk a little about Chainsaw Man and its first episode in comparison to the manga. I think it's obvious, but still, here you go. I will only talk about the first episode, so if you've seen it, don't be scared for spoilers. The anime starts with a shot we didn't have in the manga. It's just a door and someone breathing heavily. We also hear some typical city noises underlined with heart-racing, tense music. One quick cut and we see the protagonist, Denji, waking up. He's on his way to work and talks about what he has sold for money. Like one of his nuts. One glance at his phone and we understand why he sold it. He's in a lot of debt. The anime follows the same path as the manga panels, obviously, but with way more beautiful shots. Now the opening starts and it's just amazing. The visuals are beautiful and the music just makes you wanna go. The voice of that opening fits perfectly to the entirety of Chainsaw Man with its roughness. After the opening, we see Denji on top of a devil he just killed, and he's getting paid. But while the old man's telling him his deductions, we see how his happy expression slowly turns disappointed. After almost eating a cigarette for money, Denji talks about his dreams with Pochita, a little devil with a chainsaw on his head. We cut into a flashback of Denji standing at the grave of his father that committed suicide, and we understand why he's in so much debt. The interesting thing about this flashback is, at first, the music, scenes and colors give a rather cold and grey feeling to it, but after finding the injured Pochita and deciding to help, the music gives warmth to it. But there's still this weird pressure while the scenes remain lifeless. One little detail about this flashback that I liked a lot is when Pochita bites Denji to heal himself, we see a vein popping out, which we didn't see in the manga. It adds nicely to the pain the watcher gets from this scene. After the flashback, Denji gets called for another job to kill a devil. We see a nice scenery from the city with some thoughts from Denji. In the manga, the driving scene is just 1 or 2 panels of the car without any backgrounds. And here we get a full understanding of where we are and where we're going. It's like we're driving from one edge of the city to the other one, right through it. As we arrive at some old factory, warehouse, I'm not so sure to be honest, we see Denji walking with the old man, talking about the devil he's about to kill.
こんなとこに悪魔出たんすか？見当たらないっすけど、どっか隠れたんすかね？あ、もしかしてもう帰っちゃったとか。
茶してんだぜ。
はい。
犬みてえに従順だし、犬みてえに安い報酬で働いてくれる。
はあ。
でも俺は犬は臭くて綺麗だ。
Denji gets stabbed and finds out that the Yakuza he was working with are under the control of the zombie devil. And here's something weird. In the anime, he gets stabbed by a zombie, but in the manga, it's just a normal dude. Just a normal guy who stabs Denji. Which I found a little confusing, but in the end, it's not that important. Limping away and trying to survive, he shortly gets caught by the zombified Yakuza. Thinking one last time about the dream of a normal life, he dies and gets cut into separate pieces before thrown in the trash. This whole scene is much more gruesome than in the manga, and the music while he's running away fits perfectly with that glitchy, distorted effect, as if the music wants to say that something isn't right. Now we see another flashback, but from Pochita. It's Denji talking to Pochita, saying it should, in case he dies, take over his body, so he can at least live a normal life and die a normal death. Pochita decides that it gives his heart to Denji, so he can show Pochita his dreams, and so Denji was reborn. as we know him. He fights the zombie devil, and we see and hear the fear in the devil, which we didn't get in the manga cause the fight was rather short there. While killing the rest of the Yakuza, Denji laughs and is happy that he's free of his debt. A woman finds Denji and offers him either getting killed like the other devils, or she keeps him as a human. After hearing that he gets a normal breakfast if he goes with her, he accepts and the episode ends. This manga, and now anime, is something else. It's not like other shonen full with color and highly set goals like being the next Hokage or Wizard King or whatever. It's rather dark with simple dreams like eating a slice of bread with jam on it, having a girlfriend, or... This dark atmosphere is also shown in its soundtrack. It's pressuring and gives this uneasy feeling and sometimes disappears completely. You just hear Denji's surroundings, like the rain. Those scenes help to get into the character more and to feel the loneliness that Denji feels every day. And if it's not clear until now, the last scene where we hear his cruel laugh while he kills those Yakuza, we realize that Denji is not your typical protagonist.